to share with you the Nude color kits G642. And this kit including 6 pieces, the Nude colors. As you can see, these are the Nude colors for winter, and including 4 pieces dip glue. And here's the number 1 base, the number 2 activator, and the number 3 the top, and the number 4 brush saver. And here's the colors on the long nail tips we're going to show you. And these colors are Nude colors. And today, our nail technician wearing the number 29. Here's the color, the number 029. And here's today's designs. We're going to do the marble, the bromine nails by the newest way, and to do the decals with the gems. So later we're going to show you how to make it. And for this kit is the Nude color kit. If you want some more information about our GHDip powder kits, you could enter the Amazon.com by searching GHDip, or you could join into our Facebook group. We have so many the designs and the tutorials for you to make it. And today's designs, we're going to do it. Let's go. So here's the colors. Here's the number 20. And this color is kind of the light gray. And for this one is the number 32. And this colors is like a brown red color. And here's the numbers 125. And this color is kind of the shimmer colors from the G6401. And now we're going to use the bomb pads to dry the nail bed first. And welcome to our GH live streams. So let's go for the live stream now. And first, prepare the balm or the primer. And we are using the bomb pads to dry the nail bed. And the powders will be more stick with your nails. So first, we already washing the hand, push back the cuticle, and cut off the excess already. After the balm, you need to pick the number 1 base. And here's the colors. We select 3 colors to make. And first, here's the 20. And this color is from our G642. And it's the Nude color powder kit. It isn't the white color, it's just like the gray white colors. The white color with some gray colors. So this color is so special, we are going to use it to do as the basic colors to make the marble nails later. But this way, we are going to use in different kind of the marble ways. So first, we must be to brush the base to your entire nail and brush evenly. Normally brush evenly, then you won't have any problem of bumpy or uneven. So going to tie off. Using a brush to help to brush off the excess. And prepare this color. And this color is the kind of the great shimmer color. It's from our G6401. And here's the ways we're going to do the ombre. No, it's the marble nails. So first we need to brush 1 layer of the base and using the base to help to pick the colors. It's just like your painting gel. I think you could use it to make the bromine gel. So this way we just need to use the base to mix with the powders and then make the marble. So this way is so easier for you to make the marble nails, although you don't have the dip tray. So first you need to brush 1 layer of the base and then to using the base to help to pick the colors. Don't worry because the colors you could use in any lengthy white or paper towel to help to white off. So it's super easy to use. It just to let your base to mix with your powders and to do the marbles. Just like the bromine gel. But this way, you do not need to using any UV lamp. So after this one, we are going to pick the sequins to help to do the decoration. We prepare some sequins. And if you do not, you could put some chunky glitter or any decals. So here's the sequence we prepared. And you just to sprinkle on the nail surface randomly. And to make your designs looks more outstanding. So first we just pick the sequence slightly to pick it and sprinkle on the nails. And after that, we're going to apply one layer of the base on. And if you're not so familiar for this kind of the way, you could stir it slightly. Just brush evenly. And then you need to prepare the clear powder. So after sequins or any glitter, you must be to using the clear powder to protect it. So just to dip into the clear powder and to tap off and brush off. So here's the way we're going to make the nail marble nails. Did you learn that? It's super easy to make, so let's do it again. First, we need to apply the base to your entire nail and using one color as the basic color. And this color number is called number 20. Okay, if you find the bumpy or uneven, you could use your nails or fingers to help to press it a little bit. But actually, before you do the nails, you must be to stir well the powders to avoid it sticking together. And to apply another layer of the base again, and to dip into the color powders. We just make it 2 layers. So just to make it, before you using the colors, you must be to stir well the powders. Okay, after 2 colors, we need to apply the base again for the first layer. Because after this layer of the base, we need to using the brush to help to pick the colors to make the bronzing gel. Just like the bronzing gel, but this kind of the bronzing gel, you do not need to using the UV lamp to cure it. Just using a brush to help to pick the powders. Pick a little bit the base and to put it on the nails randomly. Just make like the marble look. Just pick the suitable volume of the colors you want. You could choose any colors so that it combines with the white gray and with one gray shimmer colors. Okay, we just do it a little bit adjustment of these colors and how it looks. Okay, just pick the colors you like. And then you could see how it looks. And after that, we are going to use the sequins to sprinkle on the nails and to see how it looks more outstanding by the some sequins. Because this color of the gray is a little bit dark, so we're going to use the sequins to make the colors looks more fabulous. So after the sequins, we must be to apply another layer of the base. Very thin layer, but dip into the clear powder to protect your design. So did you learn how to make it? And after that, you must be to clean your brush. And actually, if you clean your brush directly, it's super easy to clean. You do not need to use the brush saver. Just after the powders, you need to clean it by the lengthy wipe. So for this nails, we're going to use these colors. It's the gray shimmer. For this color, you could find it from our G6401. It's the number 125. Normally for our powders, because it is with the full pigment and it's super smooth, that you just need to do 2 applications of the color powders. But if you want the nails more thick or your nails are long, you could use for 3 layers. And this gray shimmer turn out looks perfect. And after the 2 times of the colors, we must be using the clear powder to protect it. Because this color is the shimmer we chose from our G6401. So let's back to these fingers. We're using these colors again. And if you are new for the dip powders, you need to know for our powder kits is the new formula and it's the unique formula. It's called Fast Giant Dipping Powder Kit. So the reason why we call it Fast Giant because our powders could be dried within 30 seconds by itself. You do not need to apply any activator to make it dry. And let's back to the tutorial. After 2 times of the colors, and later we're going to do the decals. So every time brush off the excess powder is kind of the necessary steps. Okay, and return to another colors. And this color is number 32. It's kind of the light brown red color. It's very suitable for the winter season. And this part is again, we need to apply 2 times of the base and to dip into the color powders for 2 times. So did you see that after we dip it, we must be to let it stay for seconds on the powders because we want the powders and the dip glue are soaked well. And return to the top finger. For the top finger, we do these colors again. We need to dip into the color powders and to let it stay for a second and take out. And every time take off and brush off the excess. Apply the base to your entire nail again and brush evenly. Normally we start from the middle and left to the right. And for the part near the cuticle, you need to brush it completely, but do not let the base to get on your cuticle skin. If you find your base already on your cuticle skin, you just to wipe it off and then dip into the powder. Or the powders will stick with your cuticle skin. So just to be mentioned, how to avoid the powder to get on your cuticle skin, you just to control your brush easily. So after the base, we must be to dip into the color powders directly. And the most important thing to avoid it get bumpy or uneven is that when you brush the base, we must be to brush evenly with the same speed. Okay, going to tail off. And for this kind of the brush, you could buy it from our dip powder accessories kit too. And I mentioned for so many times for the dip powder accessories kit, because for that kit you could get so many professional salon quality nail tips to help you. If you join into our Facebook group, we could to give some free gifts. So brush off. When you apply another layer of the base, you must be make sure the surface without any excess powder, because for the brush it will be get dirty by the powders. But if you take off and brush off, you won't have this kind of the problem. So that's why we have the clients ask us why our brush won't be get dirty easily, because every time we take off the excess powders. And we got 2 fingers left. For that 2 fingers, we're using the colors. For this one, we are using the gray shimmer. For this shimmer colors is from our G6401. And just like the galaxy for these colors, when you dip into the color powders, just make sure you turn your fingers 45-degree angle. And to avoid their powders sticking together, you must be to stir well the powders first. When you brush the base on your fingers, the nail plate, you could control it slightly, but when you after the base, we must be to dip into the color powders directly. And every time brush off the excess. Because this color is the shimmer color, we must be to let the clear powder to protect it. So we need to brush the base another layer on and brush evenly from the middle left to the right and dip into the clear powder and tap off. And for this final, we are using this gray-white colors. And this color is called number 20. And actually for the light colors, you could use it to add the basic color and to do more decorations between that colors. So because for our live stream, we are just going to show you how to make these designs, the easy designs when you're DIY at home. For this kind of the tutorial, if you want to get more, you just contact with our GHDip. You could get more tutorial for other nails design. And we got so many nail tips when you're doing the dip powders. So every time you must be to brush the base to your entire nail, but do not let it get on your critical skin. Okay, we already done the colors. We need to close the cap. So after using all this kind of the glue or the powders, you must be keep the cap tightly closed, especially for the number 1 base and the number 3 the top. You must be to wipe off the excess liquid which on the mouth of the bottles, and then to keep them in cool place. So after the 30 seconds, we're going to do the filing directly by the nail machine. So we pick out the nail machine, and do the filing. But if you find your surface without any problem of the bumpy or uneven, that you could do the filing slightly. Do not over filing. But for our powders, it could be do the filing after 30 seconds without any activator. So until this step, we did not apply any activator, so do not apply it. Do not overusing our activator. You could use the nail machine to help you to do the filing, but if you do not have, you could using our nail file switch from our dip powder accessories kit to do the filing. It's the same way, but if you do not have any bumpy or uneven place, that you could do the filing slightly. And when you're using the nail machine, here's the tips. You could adjust the speed of the nail machine. And one more thing, when you hold the nail file, the nail machine, you need to do it on the nail plate first and turn to the critical part. So we prepare another nail file. Here are the nail files. We're going to do the shaping. So filing, shaping, buffing is kind of the necessary to let you get more perfect nails. When you do it on the fingers, we need to do it slightly. So for today's, our model's wearing the fake nails with almond shape. If you have the interest for this nail shapes, you could search in our last tutorial. You could see how to make these nail shapes. And just to shape it by this nail file, if you do not have the nail machine, you could use this nail file to file off the bumpy place too. And I think we want to remind you for these colors are from our G642. And for the G642, it's kind of the popular nude color kit on Amazon. And actually, so many YouTuber or our tutorials already show how to make this powder kits to get so many designs because it could be combined with many colors. So let's turn back to the tutorial. We need to pick the buffer. And here's the buffer. You could buy this from our dip powder accessories kit too. For the buffing, actually, you could use nail buffer to do the remove any shine or oil for your natural nails. And for the artificial nails, you could grind in the nail powders more smooth. The surface more smooth, but with rough. Because later we're going to apply the activator and the top. When you every time to do the file or the buffing, you need to using your 2 fingers to hold your critical skin and to avoid the scratch. And when you do the buffing, actually you do not need to use too hard. You just to do the slightly of the buffing, but with more fast speed to do the buffing on the surface. If you're not so familiar how to make the buffer first, you could do this slightly, just from the middle and turn to the corner, turn to the critical part. Because for this kind of the buffings, it needs times. That's why our nail techs do this a little bit fast. But if you do it at home, you just could do this at suitable times you want. And now we're going to do the buffing. For this finger, it's the kind of the shimmer nails. But after the shimmer colors, we must be to cover with the 1 layer of the clear powder. For that clear powder is the fast drying dipping powder too. So you do not need to apply any activator to make it dry. And so we're going to do the buffing just to do on the nail plate and turn to the corner. So I think our buffing speed is so fast and then the camera cannot see it clearly. So after the filing, shaping, and the buffing, and we need to brush off the excess dust from your nail, from your hands and fingers. The reason why we do this part for every time on our tutorial, because if you want to get more perfect nails, you must be do this handle ways, must be to do this process and to get more perfect nails. So after that, after the filing, buffing, and shaping, we must be using the lengthy white to wipe off the excess powder from your nail plate. Why we need to wipe off any dust from the nail plate? Because if you want your top looks more glossy or shiny, it's kind of the necessary way. So finally, we are using our number 2. The number 2 activator. You just need to apply very thin layer of the number 2 activator. So you just do it slightly, 1 layer, very thin layer. For our activator, it's not for to make the powders get dry. We made the tops get shiny and dry. So the reason why we just apply only 1 time for the activator of our fast drying dipping powder system. So after the activator, we need to pick some sequins because later we're going to do the decorations by the gems. And here's our number 3, the top. For our number 3, the top, we need to apply very thin layer. Very thin layer, but brush evenly. And we're going back for this. We're going to do that for the second layer. Okay, we're going to do that again for these fingers. Slightly, and then to pick it. So now we're going to use the tweezers to help to pick the gems. And this kind of the decors. The golden ring. Oh, I think it's not the golden ring, the golden dots of the sequins. We just do the decorations randomly on the nails. Because it's kind of small, so when you're using the tweezers to help you need to do this lightly. And when you use the sequins to pick, it's a little bit hard because it's so small. And just put it randomly on the nails. Because for our top, it could let the sequins to stick with your nail finger surface very easily. But you need to do it a little bit fast, or the top, after it dries, and your sequins will not to stick with your nail plate. But one more thing, actually you could use the sequins to pick using the tweezers to help to pick some top when you do it on the nails. You could do this lightly, but actually for this kind of the sequins, it's so small, it's hard to pick. It's the time to examine the technique of our nail tech now. So if you're not so familiar how to make it, you could using a bigger gems or bigger sequins to help you. As you can see, we already brushed another layer of the top because for our top, it could be dried within 1 minute. So if you cannot to put the sequins very fast, you need to brush another layer of the top too, or you could do the sequins very fast. And return to this now. We will pick the crux cell, just like it's like the dreams, but this kind of dreams with the unicorn colors. And pick it slightly on the fingers. And using the sequins to help to put it on the right position. And using the small golden one dots to make the designs look more outstanding. As you can see, it's kind of the hard way to pick it. And you could see that on the camera. The reason why we chose this kind of the white unicorn dreams with this color is because we want the nails looks more matching and perfect for this kind of the sequence to pick it. So just do it slightly. Fabulous. Well done, our nail tat. And return to this finger. For these fingers, we already done the marble nails, but today we're using the new way to make the marble. It's just like the bronzing gel. Do you know the bronzing gel? But for the bronzing gel, you need to use an UV lamp. But for our this kind of the way, you do not need to use a UV lamp. But it looks like very natural marble looks for the nails. You can select any colors you want to do that. It's the new way, but I think you already tried. It's kind of the very useful way to make the marble if you do not have any shapes to help you to do the marble nails. And for this one, we pick one golden ring. No, it's not a ring, just like the golden dots to let the design looks more outstanding. So we need to brush 2 layers of the top, our number 3 the top, and don't forget the nail edge. This kind of the sweet styles, the 3D styles of the nails, actually is so suitable for the party or the prom. And turn to this finger, we need to apply 1 layer of the activator because for our whole nail process, we just need to apply 1 layer of the activator. For the activator, you need to apply very thin layer on, but to brush evenly for any kind of the dip glue. So now we're going to use the number 3, the top. For the number 3, the top, we must be to apply the very thin layer for the first, but apply it evenly. Normally we pick 3 fingers to apply the first layer first, and then after seconds we turn back for the first nail already matte. Half dry but still sticky, we must be to apply another layer on. And when you apply the second layer, you must be to apply much more than the first layer. So you know the reason why we do the filing, shaping, and buffing now, because if you want the nail surface more glossy, it's kind of the necessary way to do all process like our tutorial. In today's kit, the color is from our G642. And for this shimmer, this colors is the number 125 from our G64101. It's kind of the shimmer kit. It's kind of the Nude shimmer powder kits too. It's so popular for these colors to combine with our Nude powder color kit. Okay. I think our nail test already to do this more smooth for this kind of the way, because this kind of the sequence is so small. If you find when you're doing by the tweezers, you need to pick it very fast. Because there's more in the lightweight, so you do not feel heavier when it on your nail plate. You just put it randomly on the nails to make the designs look more outstanding. Could you see that under the camera? When your first layer of the top half dry but still sticky, the surface gets matte. We must be to apply another layer on of the top. Okay. After the top, we could using the tweezers to help to pick the sequence or the gems to do the decoration. And put it one by one. And actually for this kind of the small sequence or the gems, it's kind of the way to see your patience. Just do it slightly. But if you want to get the 3D nail looks, it's kind of the necessary to do this. slowly. So if you find your top already dry, you must be to apply another layer on of the top. But we suggest you to do this very fast on this layer. Then you do not need to apply another layer of the top too. And pick the sequence and just to put it randomly. You could use inner twisters to help you. And back to this nails. I don't know if you mixing last part for this nails, for this marble looks now. Today we're using the new ways. We're using the dip glue to mix the powders and then to apply on the nails. So it's more easier for you to make the marble the browning. Let's go back. And going to brush it. Very thin layer, but when you do it on the nails, really must be apply much more than the first layer. After the top, we must be to pick the sequins or any gems you like. And using the twisters to help you. And put it one by one. When you do it on the nail plate, you could do this lightly, but you need to check the spits of the top already get dry. So we must be to apply another layer on immediately. And every time, brush evenly from the middle left to the right. Okay, so here's today's tutorial of this 3D marble nail looks. Because here's the newest way to make the marble nail looks. If you have the interest, just to go back for our live stream and to see how to make it. And for today's kits, the number called G642 for the Nude color kits. We chose one color called number 125 from our G6401. So here's today's tutorial. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.